morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to our online audience. My name is Lucy Yochia, and I'm a policy GS, and I'm here at next year. This morning, we are delighted to have you all join us for the official launch and release of the Autumn of the Energy Business Report. This report was compiled by next year and all and the study hopes to dive into the factors that hinder renewable energy penetration in Nigeria's off-grid markets. This study also hopes to provide the Nigerian power sector with market intelligence. We are delighted today because of the significant milestone for us here at next year. We began this journey in 2022, and finally, we're here at the launch. Before we proceed into the official launch, we'd like to thank our partners, we'd like to thank the NP, we'd like to thank all our power sector consultants who helped us in reviewing this report. And we would like to thank all the many big developers who provided us with useful insights and data for the success of this report. And we hope that this report will inspire action and the much needed engagement required to drive Nigeria's power sector to the next level. Thank you all for joining us today. And without further ado, I'd like to invite my colleague, Folake Alinton, to discuss the findings of this report. Thank you all. Folake.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the launch of the Autumn Off-Grid Business Report. But before we go into the main part, we have the stakeholders who will join me on the line today. Without further ado, I invite the leadership from Autumn. I also invite the power sector experts, Jafar Iko. A round of applause. So Oyebushi will give the remarks from all of them.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oyebushi Adeyanjo. Communications Associate for Autumn. And it's an honor to address you today on behalf of Autumn as we launch the civil report on the off-grid energy sector in Nigeria. This comprehensive study conducted by next year delves into the critical areas of opportunity that the planet will not take on renewable energy in our nation. Nigeria, with its vibrant population of over 200 million people, stands as one of the largest economies in sub-Saharan Africa. Despite this, significant energy poverty hampers our growth, with power generation levels faintly far short of our potential and the demands of our people. The off-grid energy sector has emerged as a beacon of hope, promising decentralized and sustainable energy solutions to bridge this gap. As of today, over 80 of these mini grids are now operational, connecting about 32,000 households, MSMEs, and public facilities to clean and reliable electricity. We deeply appreciate the significant contribution from international development agencies, donors, and investors. Their unwavering support has fueled the growth of the off-grid market, driving sustainable development. By the end of 2023, 113 mini grids were reported across Nigeria, showcasing the sectoral potential. This report is not just a document, it is a call to action. By embracing the recommendation, we can stimulate interest in enabling investment that will accelerate the development of the off-grid energy sector across Nigeria. Thank you next year for the thorough research and all our partners for their unwavering support. Together, we can light up Nigeria with sustainable environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that opportunity. We have a documentary on the reports today. We'll take that before we now go into the details of the content of the report. Over to the presenter.
Nigeria, with its vast population of over 200 million people is Africa's most populous country and has a rapidly growing economy. Despite being rich in oil and gas resources, Nigeria faces significant energy challenges. The national grid is often unreliable, with frequent blackouts affecting both urban and rural areas. According to recent data, only about 55% of Nigerians have access to electricity, leaving approximately 85 million people without reliable power. This is where the off-grid energy sector comes into play. Off-grid solutions, including solar home systems, mini-grids, and other decentralized energy systems, are crucial in bridging the energy access gap. These systems provide reliable and sustainable power to households, businesses, and communities that are not connected to the national grid. However, the off-grid energy sector faces several challenges: high upfront costs for installation, lack of financing options, and inadequate regulatory frameworks are major barriers. Additionally, there is limited awareness and understanding of off-grid technologies among the population, which hampers widespread adoption. Infrastructure issues, such as poor road networks, also make it difficult to reach remote areas. Despite these challenges, there are significant opportunities in the off-grid energy sector in Nigeria. The government and international organizations are increasingly recognizing the potential of off-grid solutions. Initiatives like the Rural Electrification Agency's Nigeria Electrification Project are supporting the deployment of mini-grids and solar home systems across the country. All on an impact investment organization dedicated to the investment and acceleration of the development of Nigeria's off-grid energy markets in collaboration with the Nextier, created this off-grid energy business report to highlight the challenges and opportunities in the space.
Hello, my name is Falakemi Aleto, Program Manager Nextier. On behalf of Nextier, I would like to thank All-On for the opportunity to put together the All-On Off-Grid Energy Business Report. Nextier had employed robust methodology. We had leveraged on qualitative and quantitative data collection methods to put together this very insightful and visually appealing report. We were, by virtue of the help of our partners and some of our stakeholders, the likes of REF, REA, and some of our consultants, we were able to successfully interview 246 respondents in 21 communities across 11 states in Nigeria. This report is so insightful because it also presents not just the findings from the field, but also secondary desk review. So we're able to present timely and useful as well as up-to-date information on electricity access in Nigeria, on financing options for those who are interested in the off-grid space, of legal, regulatory, and policy landscape in the off-grid sector, as well as investment opportunities for mini-grid developers, private sector investors, and quite a number of stakeholders. It is a very insightful report, and I encourage everyone to read, engage, and be informed.
Here are the thoughts of some of the stakeholders in the off-grid energy space about the report.
My name is Engineer Chikwueze Eke. I'm the CEO of Sea Solar Energy Limited. It's really great to know that All-On and Nextier partnered together to deliver this report, which provides a lot of insights for stakeholders across in the green energy space. Going through the report, I was particularly impressed with the qualitative and quantitative analysis that went in. Most times you need to be sure of what is being done in the report, and I think the methodology was thorough. But then beyond that, they actually went to the field to gather data, so you're actually getting insights that are based on data that are from the field. I would have been happy to see maybe a bit more diversified mix of male and female respondents, but I think for a start, this is a good place to be. And I'm sure there's a lot of room to grow. And I know that this report will help people to understand the market more. understand the size, understand the challenges, but beyond that, understand the opportunities that also lie ahead for investors, for market players, for those that want to bring in debt finance, equity finance, or even to provide further grants. So kudos to Olon, and I'm sure that this report will definitely go far and lead to more impact in the sector.
I'm Lande Abidulu, currently leading the solar home system component of the Nigeria Electrification Project, a World Bank and AFDB funded electrification project. So I'm so happy to see this report that comes from the collaboration of Nextyear and Olon. It's very, very critical in our sector to have data and to be able to measure the impact that we're having as we increase energy access. So some of this has gone into this report, and I'm really delighted to see that the robust methodology they use to come up with a report that will help not only financiers, but also help the developers identify the gaps and where do we still need to go in terms of energy access in Nigeria. So well done on the collaboration, Olon and Nextyear, and we look forward to reading deeper into the report.
My name is Engineer Jafar Dikuk. I serve as the Senior Technical Advisor to the MDREA. I also serve as Senior Technical Design Expert for the Nigerian Electrification Program and the lead for the Energizing Economies Initiative. I'd like to thank Olon and Nextyear for this fantastic report, and I look forward to everybody digesting the report and implementing it. I'd like to highlight a few things I've picked up from skimming through the report. The first thing is recommendation around deepening of the regulatory oversight. Second thing is improving capacity development for the sector. The third thing is improving access to finance. Finally, is the use of productive energy in the off-grid space. It's a bit ironic that this recommendations come at the right time with the distributed access for renewable energy scale-up TERS program funded by the World Bank under the IRA. There's a lot of alignment between these recommendations and the structure and objectives of TERS. And we look forward to stakeholders reading through, digesting, and implementing these recommendations to help with the implementation of the TERS. Thank you so much. Everything comes at the right time, and this particularly is the case. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Oluwarike, Country Director, House Power Systems, Nigeria. The report by Olon and Nextyear of Great Business Report just released, I think is very, very timely. The sector continues to look at best ways to achieve scale. The information therein is for anyone who is really interested in what the sector is doing, what we've been doing over the last few years, and what the projections and recommendations may be, right? It's been a long journey for the mini-grid sector, particularly, and also for off-grid electrification in Nigeria, with work continue to be done with the REA, NERC, with the regulations in 2016, bringing to bear commercial mini-grids and, folks like Horsepower and others who have also come into the sector in that time. Now it is time for people to better understand where the sector has been ideally in the last 2 to 4 years and what the projections are looking, as things continue to unfold. Right now it is glad to see that the sector has gone from bettering the mini-grid regulations in 2016. A review was recently done in 2023. Commercial mini-grids and viability was actually proven sometime in 2018, and players continue to come into the sector between 2018 and 2020, 2021, despite COVID. It is very, very interesting how Nigeria's off-grid sector has transformed. It is important to look at how this report captures that, how the journey has been, leveraging other reports before it, and then what the journey should look like. I think everyone should ideally look at what the report says and understand what has been happening from various standpoints across the sector. Creating that holistic picture about what is actually going on within the off-grid sector and its advancements. While there may have been 1 or 2 setbacks or delays as things continue to unfold, which is, evidence of a very, very missing market, especially with a lot of teething problems. There has been a lot of advancements, and there will continue to be.
In conclusion, the off-grid energy sector in Nigeria presents a transformative opportunity to improve the quality of life for millions of Nigerians. By overcoming the challenges and leveraging the opportunities, we can create a sustainable and inclusive energy future for all. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of the off-grid energy landscape in Nigeria. For more information on our reports and how you can be part of this energy revolution, please visit our websites now showing on your screen. Together, we can light up Nigeria, one community at a time.
Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people. It is the most populous country in Africa. We also boast to be one of the largest economies in sub-Saharan Africa. But despite all this, we still have persistent energy poverty, which hampers our economic growth and development. Despite the fact that we have over 14,000 megawatts of installed electricity generation capacity, we are only able to distribute only about 3,000 megawatts, which, as we know, is not enough. The renewable space, or the off-grid space, has recently emerged as one of the potential catalysts to help provide improved and reliable access to electricity. In fact, the off-grid market has become a very useful tool to help provide decentralized and sustainable solutions to the country's electrification crisis. Because of all of these rapid technological advancements, we have seen efforts from the federal government as well as impact investment firms, private sector organizations to try and expand the off-grid space. But we still discovered that despite all of this, we still have market uncertainty that hampers and restricts the growth of the off-grid market. The federal government, through the Nigeria Electrification Project, and we have an expert who is well versed in that area and understands what that project is about. Despite all of these initiatives, all have decided to fund this research to inform market intelligence to try and understand if off-grid space is so useful, why is it that its development is still being restricted? What are the data? What is the on-field information that we can, harness to develop the off-grid space? Next year, I've gone through a very rigorous competitive bidding process where we emerged as the preferred consultant to carry out the research. The expectation from this research was not just the off-grid energy business report. We were also expected to develop a mini-grid map that shows all of the mini-grids in Nigeria, those that are currently operational, those that are partly operational, and those that have been commissioned but have not had any customers assigned to them yet. We were also expected to develop quarterly reports. So from Q3 of 2023, this journey started in 2022, and we've gotten to this point now where we're launching the report. So there are also quarterly reports leading up until this period, now that we're unleashing the off-grid energy. So this session is focused on presenting the findings from the off-grid energy business report. Now, this report is across all of our social media websites and our social media handles and our website. So all of the information is readily available, but we'll just touch briefly to some of the findings in the reports. We employed a very robust methodology using the qualitative and quantitative data to try and provide market intelligence, that is data on the off-grid space. We had also provided information on the legal frameworks on the off-grid space. As we know, and like I said earlier, the national grid continues to collapse, and this continually plunges the country into darkness. The off-grid space is so important, and that's why this research is very dear to every one of us. We understand that over 75% of electricity consumed in Nigeria comes from diesel and petrol power generators, making it the most used source of non-grid power generation. Now, this is not helpful because not only are we spending a lot of money on petrol and diesel, but this method of power generation also emits harmful pollutants into the atmosphere. Mini grids have come as a sustainable solution. And NERC defined mini grids in the Mini Grid Regulation of 2023 as an electricity supply chain that has its own generation capacity and is able to supply electricity to more than one customer at a time. It can also operate in isolation or be connected to a distribution licensing network. Now, mini grids offer improved and reliable power supply and also helps provide sustainable solutions to the country's electrification crisis. In quarter 4 of 2023, the Nigerian Sustainable Energy for All and the Nigeria Energy Support Program released a report that revealed that we currently have 113 operational mini grids across Nigeria and only 2 interconnected mini grids. The 2 interconnected mini grids are, there's one in Mokoloki in Ogun State and there's one in Toto Community in Nasarawa State. Now, for this research, NEPSIA was able to visit 21 mini grids in 21 communities across 11 states in Nigeria, and these states are spread across the 6 geopolitical zones. We were able to interview 246 respondents in all of these 21 communities, 60 of which are female and 186 of which are male. Through the support of our partners like REF and NEP, we were able to get the mini grid developers to cooperate, and we really thank them for the opportunity and trusting us with the information that we were able to gather on the field. When we got to the field, we were able to discover that the economic activities of most of the respondents in those communities were along the lines of farming, fishing, retail trading, plumbing, and the likes. The report also highlights some key stakeholders in the off-grid market. As we already know, the Federal Ministry of Power as the overall agency or the overall body. And then we have NERC, we have the National Council on Power, we have the Energy Commission of Nigeria, and a lot more other stakeholders, all of which are highlighted in the report. The report also highlights key trends in the Nigeria off-grid markets, some of which are business development for off-grid first, development of quality standards, and these are some of the developments that we are experiencing in the off-grid markets in recent times. There's been an improved transaction in payment option. There's been a renewed interest in importing solar IPPs, and they've been increased access to funding. I know that the World Bank also has a program that targets this mini grid developers. And like I also said earlier, we have the Nigeria Electrification Project, who through component 1 to component 4 are able to provide support to these mini grid developers in different capacities to help scale the market. The report also touches on laws, policies, and regulations that can help harness the opportunities in the off-grid market. It also presents financing options for some off-grid power projects, some of which are project finance, commercial debt, grants, equity finance, concessional loans, venture capital, and crowdfunding. This just shows what I said earlier. We had 246 respondents, 60 of which are males, and 60 of which are females, and 186 of which are male. We also had residential respondents and productive users as part of the respondents. Of the 21 mini grids that we visited in the 21 communities, we discovered that only 71% of them were fully operational, with customers connected to them and receiving electricity. 14% of them were partly operational, with customers connected to them, but with limited electricity due to various issues. And then we discovered that 15% of them were not even supplying power to any of the customers. Now, you may wonder, what could be the problem? When we interviewed the mini-grid developers themselves, we discovered that there were some challenges that we face that has led us to the point where there are so many grids that are not operational and not able to supply reliable electricity to customers. We discovered that the total energy demand in many of those communities is more than the energy supplied by the mini-grids. That automatically means that they need to increase scale, they need to increase capacity so that they can adequately provide and meet the energy demand of all of the community members. We discovered that nearly all the mini-grids were not able to efficiently meet the energy requirements of all of the communities 24/7. So despite the fact that mini-grids are supposed to be reliable, they're supposed to provide decentralized and sustainable solutions to the country's electrification crisis, it still shows that they are not able to meet energy demands and requirements 24/7. Some of the mini-grids installed are also not able to meet up and utilize all of their installed capacity. Storage is one of the biggest problems that these mini-grid developers also face. There are also capacity gaps that exist amongst the mini-grid developers and even their staff on how to build and operate these mini-grids successfully. In these communities where these mini-grids are installed, we discovered that there is more growth in residential loads than in productive loads, which ideally shouldn't be, because productive users are your industries, your micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises. But we discovered that the energy load in the residential customers is more than that from productive users. We discovered that productive users are more impacted in terms of costs, owing to insignificant capacity of failure of mini-grids than residential users. We also discovered that electricity supply across many mini-grids in Nigeria is not 100% reliable, which is not an ideal situation. Some of the constraints and opportunities, some of the constraints and opportunities for growth and development of the off-grid market in Nigeria are insecurity and vandalism. Some of the constraints, and these constraints also present opportunities in themselves for the growth and development of the off-grid market. We discovered that some of the mini-grid developers also face insecurity and vandalization of these mini-grids. There is no literacy level even amongst the consumers to understand how to even get access to some of these energy services that mini-grid developers provide. We also discovered that there are gaps in other essential infrastructure in the states that we visited. We discovered that we need to build capacity. I said that earlier. We discovered that there is high tariff. So the residential customers, for example, they pay a lot more than even the productive users. And everybody at the end of the day is affected with high tariff costs, which shouldn't ideally be. We discovered that the mini-grid developers also still face problems of access to capital that will help them scale the businesses. Some of the opportunities for expansion and investment in the off-grid market, and we must also present this in detail, is there's an increase in investment in productive use of energy. We need to increase capacity and improve and increase investment in productive use of energy. We need to increase investment in the standardization of solar PVs and of solar PV system components in the installed mini-grids. We need to increase investment in customer education on ICT channels that we can use to access quality services. We need to increase investment in protection schemes. We also need to increase investment in battery and other forms of electricity storage mechanisms. We need to increase investment in technology adapted by the mini-grid developers for scale and sale of electricity. Some of the policy recommendations presented in the report is that while we have quite a number of policy regulations and laws, there needs to be a harmonization of all of these policies. We need to properly take into account the interest of mini-grid developers and also take into account the interest of customers. We need to increase incentive for renewable energy and off-grid technology adoption. We already have some programs like the World Bank DARES program. We also have programs like the Nigeria Electrification Project but there is a need to scale further. We also need more involvement of the federal government in supporting off-grid power projects. There should be cross-sectoral policies to boost power affordability for all end users. And there is also the overall the need to meet climate change contributions and obligations. Thank you very much. Without further ado, we'll take question and answers. Any question? Thank you. The challenges is one of the challenges is your report the qualification of work and the qualification. There are some who are very comfortable from some of this even as that is still there. But we can also show that if people have access to this kind of it's not time. That's a very brilliant question. I will let our past sector experts answer to that. So just with regard to something we are talking about, this is one of the this is find that these areas, the alternative is not given to supply. Using petrol, so and all that these are really good tickets, not from the residents. So actually just to supply like this. So they're slightly more expensive than what you are getting for it. However, as an alternative to what people are spending on diesel, this is I think the estimated amount used $14 billion a year. In terms of what it spends, so this provision of benefits significantly reduces our cost for the MP. How would that impact even those at the moment, people use it. So it's not just a session for that area. So I'm talking about this. Wherever you have been before, how can it be affordable that one can decide, at this point, should I go for the old week? Should I go for the old week? For the issue of my question is there in your report, is there a way that these costs are being reduced? Because those who are that was spending and after employing many people are not valuing it's as good as the waste. So how do we mitigate this gap? So before I let the past week, I would like to see a response to that. So you remember that there's a part of the report that talks about the challenges that the many developers face. Now, the many developers that you rightly said are business, and sometimes, in most of the time, they transfer the burden of the costs that they incur on the customers in the time, or what you call the electricity bill, right? So now, the point and part of the regulations is that there is a need to scale. If we have more, we have the population of over 200 million people, and we only have as a quarter four 2023, we only have only 113 million youths, which are only able to meet roughly about 2,000 households, together with MSMEs, together with all sorts of users. So there's a need to scale. The more mini grids we have, the more mini developers we have, the more the body is light. So everyone is able to share the cost. And that automatically translates into the reduced tariff, or what you know as reduced electricity. But all of this, and that's why this research like this, we really appreciate the funding from all. And that's why this report is so important. So while this report focuses on only 11 states, there's room to even conduct research across the 36 states in Nigeria. Because every state and every region has their own peculiarity, right? But with more skill, with more meaningful development, we're able to reduce the burden and at the end of the day, meet and solve the country's educational crisis. I hope this answers your question. Any other question? Right.
After the recommendation, we didn't make available to the necessary authorities so that we can, but in the report, talk about analyzing all of these recommendations and all of these. We believe that each of these recommendations are here, the problem won't be very helpful. So after now, what happens? We'll follow on next year. How the right contacts with the ministry of so the long list of stakeholders and that describe what I'm sure to be shared. And also read these links with institutions and ensure that major organizations have platform. I'm showing this one showing beyond that. How the program is providing that we can ensure that it's a company.
And just to add, that's why this platform, that's why we're doing this. So the videos and the insights from this report will also be carried and spread so that we can reach the very part of targeted population. But one of the recommendations in the report, so it's not just to have these policies and have these regulations, but when they are being implemented, we need to have bodies that are making sure that everyone's interest is followed. So the customers, the individual developers, the ways of government bodies, the land, the federal ministry of power, everyone needs to do what it's supposed to do. But they also don't just having these policies, laws, and regulation. There needs to be a follow-up. There needs to be that monitoring to ensure that every of the targets in these policies are met where they ought to be met. I don't know if okay. I hope that answers your question. Any other question? Okay. If there are no other questions, I will invite my colleague, Magnus, to take the closing remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. We really appreciate your patience. And we hope this report will go as far of solving the Nigeria energy poverty. And we believe that it will help us to solve some problem. But before we close for a day, I want to highlight some 7 things that we need to take home. All on off-grid business reports, it has given us an insight, the stakeholder an insight to have a visibility of what the energy deficit of the country has given us that opportunity to be able to end the energy poverty in Nigeria. And I think if we should have this report go across the 36 states of the federation, including the FCT, it will help us a long way to solve the problem. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you. We would like to meet you some other time.